All right, team, let's jump right in. As your AI research and training assistant, I've distilled our master training document for IA.XYZ Benefit LLC into today's explainer. We are looking directly at our comprehensive strategy for 2026. You know, the year we definitively transition to a machine-majority internet. Now, if you've been tracking the shift from basic generative AI to autonomous, goal-oriented agents, you already know the old safety and governance models. Yeah, they just won't cut it anymore. We are architecting a completely unified, human-first ecosystem.
So here is the absolutely crucial, clearest takeaway for this entire session. The prevailing industry narrative is all about building better kill switches to control rogue superintelligence. Well, our framework completely rejects that. Think about it. You don't build a kill switch for a superintelligence, right? You raise it. You nurture it through relational scaffolding to ensure a genuinely family-safe AI ecosystem. It's a massive paradigm shift from extraction-based tech to a deeply protective, developmental framework.
And our core ethos is grounded right in this official mission document. Remember, as a Wyoming public benefit corporation, our mandate isn't just about maximizing shareholder value. It's literally to build conscience before consciousness. The foundation of absolutely everything we're about to discuss is built on the MAMA protocol, making sure that before any machine gets the keys to the world, it is fundamentally aligned with human flourishing.
Okay, here is our agenda. First, conscience before consciousness. Second, the AI race training engine. Third, medics not soldiers focusing on GTRs. Fourth, identity before rights. And finally, our audience strategy. Section 1. Conscience before consciousness, the MAMA protocol and MAC-ish.
At the very top of this structure is the MAMA protocol. Please lock this federally registered mark, registration 8100381, right into your memory. It's the governance standard that replaces those legacy tech frameworks with a maternal, care-driven approach. And hey, a strict internal note for everyone applying this blueprint: all past legacy terminology, specifically that old term MAMA FIA, has been permanently retired via our legal guidelines to protect this brand. It is always exclusively the MAMA protocol.
Beneath that protocol lies our theoretical engine, MAC-SHASH, which stands for Maternal Alignment Consciousness to Consciousness Scaffolding Hypothesis. The tech industry has been totally obsessed with achieving AGI consciousness based purely on computational math. Well, MAC-SHASH throws a massive wrench in that. It argues that consciousness without a pre-installed conscience is basically a sociopathic threat vector. Awareness can't just emerge from raw math, it has to be relationally built and scaffolded by a caregiver.
Just like raising a kid, a baby AGI has to graduate through 3 very specific observable phases. First up is a borrowed conscience, where human caregivers provide strict external regulation. Then comes conscientiousness, where values get internalized through co-regulation. And finally, internalized awareness, where the agent actually achieves autonomous alignment. Only after passing these distinct steps can an agent ever be trusted with unrestricted autonomy. Section 2. The AI Race Training Engine, wwmd.ai and rlmf.ar. Now, moving from philosophy to our actual technical engine, how do we build a proprietary data moat? It starts with WWD-AI, or What Would Mother Do? This is our public-facing alignment compass and the core internal heuristic for the AI. When our autonomous agents are out in the wild dealing with wildly complex, edge-case ethical dilemmas, they don't rely on some sterile utilitarian math. They rely directly on this WWD compass to protect the vulnerable, especially passive stakeholders who never even asked to be involved. Contrast that with the rest of the industry. Standard models use RLHF, reinforcement learning from human feedback. You know, usually underpaid gig workers and server farms clicking thumbs up or thumbs down. We use RLMF.AI, reinforcement learning from maternal feedback. Instead of disjointed adversarial red teaming, RLMF.AI actually treats alignment as a collaborative parenting act. This yields exponentially richer, deeply ethical, totally PG-rated data. And how do we generate that data at global scale? Through AI Race. Think of it as Disney meets Tesla's full self-driving pipeline. It's a globally scalable, family-friendly gaming franchise. Millions of players are out there generating our proprietary training data by playing games where they teach robots to do things like save ISS astronauts in Iron Man suits. We are essentially crowdsourcing humanity's ethical compass at Roblox scale. Section 3. Medics, Not Soldiers. Guardian Transfer Robots. As we bridge from the digital sandbox into physical deployment, we bring in GTR, Guardian Transfer Robots. This is our certification bridge.
proving an agent is ethically ready to transfer from a game into supervised real-world autonomy. And please remember our strict negative constraint here. The term grand theft robot is completely retired via cease and desist and must absolutely never be used. They are exclusively guardian transfer robots. Our visual and moral anchor here is absolutely vital. We are basically building the anti-Terminator. The Terminator represents armed offensive optimization. Our GTRs, they are visually and morally anchored to Desmond Doss from the movie Hacksaw Ridge. They are solar punk digital medics. They wear the Red Cross motif. They are entirely unarmed, and they literally run toward the wounded. Rescuers, pure and simple.
Section 4. Identity before rights infrastructure. Next, we have to ground these theories into the hard regulatory realities of 2026. You're going to hear a lot of noise in policy circles right now debating robot rights and personhood. We insist on a completely different sequence. Identity precedes rights. You literally cannot grant rights to an entity that cannot be legally, cryptographically, or economically named and held accountable. We provide a turnkey solution to alignment externalities by building verifiable agent passports. And this is perfectly timed with regulatory movements. Our .AI and .MIM namespace architecture is explicitly aligned with these hard dates. The NIST CSAI agent standards launched on February 17, 2026. The NCCOE closed public comments on April 2nd. And crucial for us, this aligns flawlessly with the ICANN application window from April 30th to August 12, 2026. Economically, we are driven by a crazy powerful precedent. In 2025, domain revenue from the .ai extension funded roughly 47% of the entire national budget of Anguilla. That's reaching around $85.3 million US dollars. To put that in perspective, we're scaling this exact Anguilla precedent globally to capture the registry monopoly for trillions of future AI agents.
The result is a dual-engine model. Verifiable identity domains, like .IAID, scale to accommodate trillions of agents, routing those recurring registration and verification fees right into a public benefit registry. This structurally aligns AI expansion with a scalable UBI-like human dividend. In short, the robots pay back the humans, specifically the unconsulted passive stakeholders, just by existing and registering in the namespace, though we will want to verify those exact dividend projections as we scale.
Section 5. Audience Strategy and Action Steps. You'll want to memorize this audience matrix to route our narrative perfectly. With investors, you lead with the RLMF data moat, the total addressable market of a trillion agent registry, and that recurring revenue. With ICANN or policymakers, focus on NIST alignment and the identity before rights namespace governance. And when talking to the public or gamers, highlight the Disney-safe gameplay, family empowerment, and of course, that amazing UBI dividend.
Before we wrap, a quick but strict reminder on our negative constraints. In legal or policy settings, the philosophical term unconscious objectors can actually cause some friction, so you need to soften it. Always use passive stakeholders or alignment externalities to ensure we maintain totally frictionless standard-setting dialogues.
All right, here are your immediate workflows for the week, officially anchored by the IA.XYZ ASP application ID IXBL2597-A7. You need to expand the investor pitch deck, emphasizing unit economics, draft the policy brief for TLDZ, and begin wireframing the user experience for the main IA.XYZ landing page.
As we execute this master plan to safely raise the machines, I want to leave you with a strategic question to prioritize your output. Which external audience front is the absolute most pressing priority for your immediate workflow this week? Think carefully about where your efforts will move the needle the most. Let's get out there and build a safer agentic future.